What's up? All right, a couple of people left. All right, all right. Well, what was I gonna say? Shoot. Life's good. Life's good. I literally was thinking something and I forgot what it was. It's okay. I'll remember it eventually someday. Anyway, how are you guys? Everyone doing well? Good. How many of you had no school on Friday? Nice. And then no one has school on tomorrow. No one has school tomorrow, right? You have school tomorrow? Oh, you don't. You were raising your hand like same. Okay. Cool. Nice. Oh yeah, that's might have been. When I was in high school at Garage, what we did is we went to Evergreen Lake and we went ice skating. So just thought, maybe you have nothing to do tomorrow. Go to Evergreen because it's frozen lake. You can skate on it and throw ice at people and cut them with skates. Sorry, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm kidding. No, don't say it. No, we're gonna cut the recording. Cut that. Just kidding. I'm glad you guys are here tonight. Glad you guys are here. Hopefully, you guys have had a good couple of weeks of school, getting back into the rhythm, and crushing it. And hopefully, you're not overwhelmed yet with schoolwork and anything. But before we get into tonight, I meant to do this last week, but I forgot. I actually meant to do this a couple weeks ago, and I kept forgetting. But I've remembered because I highlighted it, and I made sure I want to do it. So, seniors, if you stand just for a second, it takes 30 seconds. Seniors, stand. Seniors, stand. Okay? I just want to, hey, everybody else, if you're not a senior, look around and find a senior. Seniors, I just want to say on behalf of Garage and the Next Gen team, congratulations. You made it to the last semester of high school. That's a big deal. It's a big deal. So good job. Okay, you can sit down. No, I just wanted to say congrats to you guys because it's a big deal to get to the last semester. And, if you don't finish, first of all, you won't graduate. So my encouragement here is don't stop yet. Keep grinding. Finish strong. When you get to the end, then you can kind of take your chill break, and that'll be cool. But props to you guys. It's a big deal. I know when I was a senior in high school, I was surprised I graduated. So, and then when I was a senior in college, it was even more surprising. So, good job. Good job. If you were here last week, or maybe you weren't here last week, we started our series called Let's Call It What It Is, where we are going through dating, single life, and its complicated stages of relationships. And last week, we kind of broke down singleness and what it looks like and kind of what's the purpose. The purpose is end all, be all, bring glory to God. That's our end all, be all purpose. Regardless if you're single, if you're dating, or it's complicated. What's your purpose in a single stage of life? Bring glory to God. How do you do it? Well, I said we got to find a proper purpose, and then we have to set accurate expectations for that stage of life. In that space, that will help you thrive in singleness. Tonight, we are going to be talking about and digging into dating, okay? And so, dating is a whole new ballgame to the relationships. And as you probably already know, in this series, we're going to kind of overlap and it's going to kind of blend in with different stages. But the idea was to break it up into the three stages that I see most often, what I hear from you most often, from leaders most often about you. And those are, you're either single, you're dating, or you're in some sort of it's complicated arena. And so, we wanted to do that intentionally because if you're choosing to be a single person, you should learn to practice singleness well. If you're in a dating season or you're dating somebody, you should learn to practice dating well. And if it's complicated, we need to start figuring out where the heck you are and how we get you to a place of stability and finding out how you can honor God, bring glory to Him, and fulfill that purpose for the season. So, tonight we're getting into dating, right? And like I said last week, I want to be honest with you. I want to tell you that these are experiences that I have had myself or experiences that I've had from my friends or close people that I have been talking to or whatever it is. But this is like my experience of these different stages. And so with that, I will tell you, I don't have the answers that it's like, this is the book, this is the way you do it. I don't have all those answers. I have my experience and what I have seen others go through and how I have learned from those experiences. And so this is my take on how we do well in these different stages, okay? So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to share my experiences and what I've learned, and where I've failed, where I've had success, and stuff like that. So that being said, I want to share a story from when I was a high schooler. It's embarrassing, but it's hilarious. At least I think so. And I think I've shared this before in maybe a different message some time ago. But I'm going to paint you a picture. You can come with me for a minute, okay? Jackson Griffith, freshman in high school, Regis Jesuit, go Raiders, okay? No, I know, it's okay. You can give it to me. It's fine. Whatever. Here's the thing. Jackson Griffith, freshman in high school, never had a girlfriend, or at least I'll say, I don't think middle school relationships count. It's like, you're kind of like, they don't count. You're not really dating somebody. You're like, hey, Mom, can I go hang out with Julie? And they're like, sure, where are you going? You're like, to the movies. And you sit silently for 2 hours, and then you get picked up again, and you go home. It's not really a relationship. That's just like a play date, okay? So high school, I would say, is where it really starts. I had not had a real girlfriend in high school, and I'll be honest, I was afraid of girls for some time. But when I got to high school, and here's the thing, this is so dumb. I went to Regis. If you know Regis, they do boys' school and girls' school. So, like, I still didn't get to see girls at all except for during lunch. So, during lunch, it was like, oh, girls. And you would, like, talk to them for, like, 10 minutes after you ate, and you're like, oh, my gosh, got to go to biology. That was my interaction for 4 years. But someone, and her name, I won't say her last name. Her name was Kendall. We, in one of my little, hey, moments, Kendall and me started to hit it off, okay? Me and Kendall having some good chemistry, really vibing with each other for 10 minutes a day. It was awesome. Sadie's comes around, and she's like, I don't even remember how she asked me. That's crazy. Anyway, she asked me to Sadie's, and I had a crush on her. She had a crush on me, and it was great. It was really cool. And so I said yes. We were getting ready for this dance. And I will tell you, from somebody who wasn't good at talking to girls to a guy who was in a school where it was only boys, who got asked out by a girl, I had no idea what I was doing. And I had no idea what was going to happen. But I figured, I was like, dude, everybody else is like, got this figured out. I'm going to act like I know what I'm doing. So me and Kendall in our group, we went to pictures, holding it together as good as I could, like looked like a really cool dude. Wore my black shirt, pink tie, black slacks, white Vans, super fly, okay? And so we're having a good time. I'm keeping my cool, and it's actually going really well, okay? In this night, I had decided that with our group, there was a couple people that were single and just went with friends. There was a couple couples of like they were dating already, and then there was a few people where it was me, or like we were like trying to figure out if we were gonna like date each other. Like we were clearly into each other, and so it was kind of, there was an awkward couple of people where you're kind of like, what's gonna happen tonight? You know, how's it gonna go? I was one of those people. Okay, me and Kendall vibing, having a good time. I decided, I was like, Jack, this is the day. This is the day you're gonna get your first kiss. Oh yeah, no, it's really good. It's really good. Okay, and looking back, I'll be honest, in my high school career, I went to 16 different dances, okay? I loved going to dances with friends, just as friends, because it's just a blast. I'm in the Rock Canyon yearbook, FYI, because I'm the life of the friggin' party, okay? And so we're having a good time. I'm thinking, Jack, this is your night. You're going to get your first kiss tonight. You know, like a third of the way through, they're going to play a slow song. And you know that they're also going to play one about 15 to 20 minutes before the night ends. There's only 2 slow dances. I've went to enough dances to realize it's only 2. There's one at the front end, and there's one at the back end, okay? Halfway through the night, no first kiss. Missed my first mark. So, I'm like thinking, Jack, there's one more. You know what's coming. And so it happens. They put the slow dance song on. And you know how this is, I don't know if this is how it looks anymore, but this is what we did. But it's not like just like this. It's like you're dodging your eyes from talking to him. We're turning now. Little awkward, right? And here's the thing. Being one of the people in our group that was like sort of into another person with your date or whatever, everyone in our group was just like watching. And I'm like, oh gosh, this is it, Jack. You got to do this. 3-minute song, right? No kiss at like halfway through the song. And I'm like, Jack, just freaking do it. Get it. So I do. I get there. I go like this. And I don't know what I look like. I probably look like what you just saw, probably look like a freaking idiot, okay? But I'm like halfway through. No idea what she's doing. And they play Party in the USA. So I go from like I just was like, oh my God, the most embarrassing moment of my life happened. Crap. And you know, Jack, keeping it cool, says, you know what, maybe we go get some water. I think she went to the bathroom and I was just like, my life is over. We didn't go out anymore after that. I did not get my first kiss. It scarred me. It's hilarious, but it scarred me for such a long time. I didn't get my first kiss until like end of junior year, like a year and a half, 2 years later. It's fine. I'm good. I'm married. I'm having a baby. It's freaking sick. But yeah, that was awkward. That was my life. That's where I come from. So my experiences, super real, probably hilarious. But yeah, that was my life, right? That was what I experienced as a high school student with relationships. I had one girlfriend in high school, and that was it. It only lasted like 3-4 months, and then I was like, peace. So, but yeah, silly story of a silly high schooler trying to figure out what the heck it's like to date somebody or be in a romantic relationship or be dating or whatever you want to call it. And so, yeah, to be fair, what I did learn through that time and then through high school and then even through college even, is I learned that when you add another person into your life and you could call them romantic feelings, you could call them, I don't even know what else words you would call it, but like you like start to love them, you like them, you're pursuing them, you're in a relationship with them. The one thing I learned is that it becomes 1,000% more complicated than anything else. Everything else just starts to get blurry and you get lost and you can't figure out what's going on because you're trying to understand them, they're trying to understand you, you're probably not communicating it well, they're not communicating well to you, so you're just in a hubbub of blah, and it's tough. So hopefully tonight, instead of trying to tell you these like do's and don'ts of relationships, of dating, I want to help you and maybe kind of get you to see some things that I missed myself or that I saw my friends miss and help you understand where people are coming from in a dating relationship, in the mix of dating, and maybe some things that you can consider as you approach maybe actively dating or approaching a relationship. So that's where I'm coming from with this tonight, okay? So I'm going to give you some tips, take it or leave it, but I want to preface that a lot of these things that are they're like relationships today, even just like our series, what it's called, let's call it what it is why we're talking about it, because it just doesn't make sense to all of us all the time. It doesn't make sense to me sometimes when I'm hearing it from you. It probably doesn't make sense to you when you're in the midst of it. So we're trying to call it what it is, trying to like get to the brass tacks and understand what's going on in these places, okay? And I also want to preface this that, like, I'm not picking on people. These are stories that I've experienced, I've heard, I've watched people walk through. And so this is real stuff from me that I'm telling you about, okay? So tips, tricks, take them if you want. But I think this is something that we need to keep a close eye on. The idea of a relationship with another person, whether it's as a single friend to friend, as a dating one person to another, or as you step into like even bigger, great, grander things like marriage eventually, like we have to watch this closely. We have to be careful. We don't have to be like timid. We just have to be cautious and aware. Okay? So this is the first tip that I have learned. And I think this is going to be a hot take for a lot of you. But number one, let's label it, okay? Let's label what we're talking about. And this is why I think it's important, because I want to ask, don't shout out what you're allergic to, but how many people are allergic to something? If it didn't have a label and you ate that thing or ingested that thing or whatever it is, you would die. This label is an important part of a relationship. Making it clear that this is what it is will only help you and help others and interact with you. Let's call it what it is again, right? There's always a greater experience, in my experience, of dating somebody when there is a label of what it is. Exactly. If you're going on dates with another person and you're buying food for another person and interacting with that one person on a regular basis and chatting with them and talking with them regularly and maybe spending time with them throughout the day on your own, just you and them, like that to me is your dating. They can't be just like a friend that you're just buying meals for and intimately growing to know more and intentionally getting to know more. You're dating somebody. Whether you think so or not, that's what it looks like, and that's what people are thinking. I know that because I've either been the person that's judged that way, or I was the person that people are like, are you dating them? Or I've heard your stories and I'm like, are you dating them? Like, I know that it sounds weird to label things, but if you're going to be the friend, be the friend. If you're going to be the boyfriend, be the boyfriend. If you're going to be the girlfriend, be the girlfriend. If you're going to be the friends with benefits thing, like, be the friends with benefits. Label it so people do not judge you inaccurately. I'm not supporting that, to be clear. But labeling it will be a way for you to understand what others think of you, how you think of yourself in the middle of that relationship. So call it what it is. That's my first tip. Call it what it is. Give it a label. Helps everybody out, helps you out. Next is, and I want to share that, like, this one's tougher. And I've heard this from, like, my experience. I've heard this from my friend's experience. I've heard this from friends of friends' experience. I've heard this a billion different times. This one sucks. I hate this because I've seen it ruin things. I'm going to talk about what a friend is. What is a friend? I'm going to read you the definition. Definition of a friend: one attached to another by affection or esteem. Example, she's my best friend. Meaning that person lifts me up. That person is invested in my life and wants to see me go forward successfully with esteem or affection and support. That's what a friend is. This is the part that I don't understand sometimes. It's friends who are fooling around with friends. Friends who are kissing their friends and more friends. It bugs the bejesus out of me. When I was in high school, I had a best friend named Jake Leathers. Was friends with him since first grade. Love him to death. He's one of my best friends ever. I will always love him. We had another couple of friends, Kayla and Becky. We went to Garage together for 4 years, every single Sunday, every single Wednesday, never missed a beat. If we weren't here together, we were at my house together, we were at Becky's house together, we were at Kayla's house together, we were at Jake's house together, doing shenanigans as high schoolers do. We were best friends, never kissed each other. Never had a relationship with each other other than, that's my best friend. It blew people's minds when they were like, you don't like her? I'm like, those two? Those clowns? No shot. Would I die for him? Would I want to hang out with him any day? Absolutely. Me and Megan went up to Fort Collins to watch the Legend football play at state championship, right? We spent an entire half of that day with Becky and her husband and their new baby. It was awesome. I love it. Every time I'm up in Fort Collins, I'm like, yo, we got to see Becky, see if she's around. It's a great time. Loved it. But friends don't fool around with friends. They don't kiss each other. Friends are people you go to lunch when you haven't seen them in a while. They're the people that you go and have a bonfire with on a weekend. You got nothing to do on a Friday night. Friends are people in your life that you choose to be around and support in their endeavors, and they do that for you. Not the selfish things that'll make you think you're cool because you got with your friend and you can get with this girl and that girl and this girl and that girl and that boy and that boy and that boy. Call it what it is. Your friend's a friend, your boyfriend's a boyfriend, your girlfriend's a girlfriend. Now, before I move on, I want to be honest and also tell you, besides that right there, I did not follow my own advice all the time. And I paid for it every time. Prior to dating Megan, I had made these mistakes. Before I started dating Megan, I had made these mistakes before. Where I messed around, I did things I shouldn't have done. I paid for it. And I lost friendships. I lost people that I cared about because it didn't get resolved. And I don't want you to do that. When I started to date Megan, sorry, my nose is running. When I started to date Megan, one of the things that we did at the very beginning of our relationship, before we were even official, is when we met, we were talking real terms, real talk, very clear. She's like, what do you do? I say, I work at a church. I teach kids about Jesus, and I love it. I'm like, what do you do? And she's like, I work at a IT place, and I was like, you get a free ski pass? She's like, yeah, I do. I was like, oh, bonus. All right, that's what's up. No, but we made it very clear at the very beginning of our relationship that we were going to support the same morals and values of Christian values and morals. And it was actually pretty strange to me that even this morning, our relationship, sorry, I'm going to back up. Our relationship was based off of Scripture. And I forgot to bring up a whiteboard. Darn it. That's okay. I'll explain it, and it'll be brilliant. Christian values backed by Scripture. And it was in the sermon this morning from main service. It's in Ephesians 5, verse 3. If you want to flip there, you can. It's also going to be on the screen. But Ephesians 5, verse 3, it says, but among you there must not be even a hint of sexual immorality or of any kind of impurity or of greed, because these are improper for God's holy people. Before we were official, even boyfriend and girlfriend, this is something that we talked about. Saying this is the standard, this is the bar, and we are not going to cross this line in our relationship. Before we were official, while we were dating as official boyfriend and girlfriend, while we were engaged, zero. We weren't going to cross that. No shot. This is what Megan and I had practiced as a dating couple all the way until we were married. We had chosen to honor that commitment to each other until we were married. As long as we were together, that was the bar. There was no way we were going over it. And so that's the experiences that I've had of being in a relationship. I kind of want to switch gears and I want to go into, if you're single now and you're like, I want to be in a relationship, where do you stand and how do you get there and what does it look like? So we did the you're in a relationship. We need those things. Label it. We need to not like just kiss our friends. And we need to have a standard. Now as we are seeing the standard and we're shifting gears and you want to be in a relationship or maybe you're in a complicated relationship, but we're trying to get to the point of dating, I have cautions. And they're not cautions of like, oh, like red flag, tap out, get away. It's more of an awareness. It's, hey, I want you to have your eyes open, being able to see these things before they get out of hand. And I want to say I'm a believer in dating. I think dating's a great thing. I think if you date well, it's a great, great thing. If you're just dating to date people, that's pointless. But like I said, when you're single, it still stands in a dating stage or approaching a dating stage. Your purpose is to bring glory to God first and foremost. Him and his plan alone, and him and his glory that only should be received. So if you're trying to move from a single life to the dating, then your focus is that, bringing glory to him. And here's how I've seen it done well personally, as I've experienced it, watching it, as I've seen others do it, others who have asked how to do it well, and I have seen it happen well. There are 3 things that I think if you are going to step into a dating relationship, these 3 things are things you need to be well aware of in their places. The first one is clear communication. No wishy-washy, no back and forth. Like saying you're going to do one thing and then doing the opposite. Or stepping in saying, yeah, I'm going to take care of you, then backing out, completely leaving people abandoned. And there's a way that I've done this before. And I don't have the whiteboard again. How do I do it? How many of you are visual learners? Hopefully this works. I can do this. A lot of you. Perfect. Oh, keys. All right, we'll go back. We'll come back to clear communication because it's important. Okay, number 2. I don't even remember where it is. Without God, there's nothing. Without God, there's nothing. If you feel like you're trying too hard, right? If you're trying to make sure that you got the right girl or you got a girlfriend just so you could say you got a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you're trying too hard, it's not the right way to do it. You shouldn't be doing it that way. If you're trying to make your status all well and up and cool because people are pointing at you and say you got a girlfriend or a boyfriend, that's not it. If you're trying to just fill this void of being like, I don't want to be alone, I'm lonely, I hate being alone, I just want to be cared for by somebody, and you're filling that loneliness with another person, you're doing it the wrong way. That could be a selfish desire, a status you're looking for, loneliness you're trying to overcome, etc. But there's nothing that those that are separate from God and his plan can do. If you are a separate person from God in a relationship with him, you're not going to have success, you're not going to have life, you're not going to prosper. You can leave it in that corner, actually, because I'll just tilt it this way so everyone can see. Is there a marker? Toit. Thank you. Danko. I'm going to stick with point 2 for now. Okay? There's nothing without God. There's nothing. It says in John chapter 15, verse 5, he says, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, then you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you're going to walk through life and you're going to try to do it on your own or fill it with something that isn't God and his purpose first, there's nothing there. It is not going to bring life. It's not going to bring anything that you cared for when you started that journey. It'll bring destruction and lifelessness. Back to 1, clear communication. How do we do this? This is back to Megan and I in our relationship. Everyone can see this board pretty well, yeah? Great. Jay, Jack. Megan, God. Okay? Right here. This is the perfect relationship. Boom. Nailed it. Okay? This is how it works. Sorry, this is a little awkward. Okay? This is what it looked like Jack on his own. He wanted to be married. He wants to have a life with God and another person, a partner. Megan, also in the same boat. Oh, they meet. Wow. What a great deal. Love that. Right? We love the same things. Jack gets a free ski pass. It's awesome. Okay? Here's the thing. This doesn't work if I'm right here, because then it's not an even triangle. This is bad. Boo. We don't want that. But when I choose to follow Jesus in a relationship with him, the same time that Megan is doing that, this is what happens. We start to build and have these awesome connections through our relationship that remain very stable, without fault, and these things can't be knocked over by bad things of life coming this way, bad things of life coming this way. What really happens is this is a perfect equilateral triangle in a relationship where I pursue Jesus, Megan pursues Jesus. Jesus is pursuing a relationship with us, growing us closer and bringing us together. How do we do this? Very clear communication. Cool? That's why we did it. Thought that was going to be on the board. Number 3, and then we're going to wrap it up. Be you without the other. I've seen a lot of people in my friendships that as soon as they get the boy or girl of their dreams, they are like sold out for that person and no one else matters. You are no longer a best friend. You are like not friend. You don't exist. You're not a real person anymore. Remember that you're the only you in the relationship, and this is my way to say that, like, you're allowed to be you without your partner there. Without the person that you're dating, you can still be you. You don't have to be, Jack and Megan always. It's okay to be like, hey, Jack, what's up? How's Megan? That's great. I'm still me. I still am my own person. I still want people to care about Megan, but I'm still me. So you're not sealed to them until you're married. You're separate beings, so you should be able to be recognized alone without that other person there. Don't be only half of the relationship. Be you without them. Okay? Those are the 3 things that I would say help you walk into a relationship, a dating phase. And there's more. And here's the thing. Like, we could go on and on about the ins and outs of relationships, ups and downs, everything sideways, left and right, of what a relationship would look like, and there's books and things like that, and I would talk your ear off about it. But I also want to leave space for you guys right here in the next week, if you're in a space of that you're dating or you want to be dating or whatever it looks like in your world, for you to like think through some of these things to make you aware of as you step into a dating place. As just here's the reality, seniors, you're gonna your eyes are gonna pop open when you go to college. You're gonna find out what in the world it looks like to be a college student on your own, full bore adult, and you're supposed to date people and find people to hang out with and start your own life. It's gonna rattle you. It's gonna be great though. You're gonna love it. But hopefully, I think what I'm trying to say is I was able still, even through writing this and talking it out, able to find something to take away and think deeply more about why it's important, why it's something we need to be careful of, because it's a big deal. But I want you to know, I believe what I shared, and I've reached, hopefully, you all in a place that allows yourself to step into a space with a leader, step into a space with a friend, to have these conversations, to be like, hey, what's going on in that relationship? What's happening in this group right now? What's happening in you and that significant other's relationship? Because I think they have valuable insight to this place. But yeah, that's all I got for dating. I'm trying to think. No, that's it. I want you to come back next week, because next week it's going to get hairy. It's going to get complicated. It's going to be fun. I'm going to make it fun, but yeah, we're going to get into what the nitty-gritty looks like when you don't date somebody and you're not single and you're kind of in this blob of each other or whatever it looks like. So come back. We'll get back into it. I want to pray for you guys, pray for the rest of our night. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for tonight. Thank you for how you've built us to be in relationship with others, and how you've built us to be in a relationship with you. But God, we've messed it up somehow. We screwed it up, and we keep failing and missing the mark, but you still want us to walk back to you first. So God, I just ask that as we maybe think through what we're going through and what we're experiencing in a relationship, but that we can find a way to really see you first, walk by your Spirit first, follow the plan that you've had for us to have success and have life, because without you, there's nothing for us. So through the rest of this series, God, just be with us as we are in a complicated stage or a dating phase or a single phase. You are our most important priority to bringing you glory in whatever place we are. And we love you, God. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
To to do. My heart is ready, my soul is stirring. God, you're about to move. You're better, so much better. And I'm running after you. It's better, so much better. No eye has seen, no ear has heard it. What you're about to do. My heart is ready, my soul is stirring. God, you're about He's a love like no other. Like no other. You're like no
other. Yeah, no, it's a little late. Sorry, guys. Jump into POWs if you got a minute. If not, we'll see you on Wednesday. And come back next week so we can talk about what is complicated about relationships. It's going to be great. Okay, guys? You're loved, you're prayed for, and you're accepted. You're just as you are. Go in peace, serve the Lord.